This is what they give me to work with. This is what they give me to work with. It is Aranea and Zen on the Stoic. We are bringing you the experts, apparently we're the experts, allegedly.
In silly poses.
I think more trolls is more suited to our desk right now. It is the Cool Kids desk, and ladies and gentlemen, we do have the grand finals about to get underway. It is going to be fnatic versus SK Telecom. We've just seen N-Rated pop into our studio. They're just relaxing backstage, preparing for this match. They're feeling confident, feeling cool. Question is, can they deal with that pesky Reaper on that top lane?
Soaz definitely not quite as bad a top laner as Reaper is making out to be. My question is, are they going to give Soaz something he can carry with? Or are they going to make him play something that serves the team?
Is that like a bucket? Or
for instance, or like a wheelbarrow. A Shen or a Malphite are very, very strong picks for top lane, but not so much because they can carry the game by themselves, but more because of the utility they bring into team fights and into the other lanes in the case of Shen. It's not something where we are likely going to see Soaz go completely crazy on. On the other hand, if you give Soaz something like a Lee Sin top lane, or I don't know, maybe even an Elise, or I think Jace's been nerfed too much.
Yeah,
maybe
he still play him.
He's still playable. Yeah. So something like that. In that case, or maybe even a Jax, in that case we could see Soaz really carrying. And I'm putting so much pressure on Soaz because on the other side of the divide, clearly Reaper is the star player, and that's the one that they want to use to win these games.
Okay, and what would you think now, coming into this game, we've seen them playing all weekend, what do you think they're going to go with in the bans and picks?
Well, I guess fnatic has the first pick. We have to point on that. So I guess SK Telecom is going to probably ban Lee Sin. It's going to probably ban Katarina, and it's going to probably ban Blitzcrank, I will say. I don't know about Katarina, they probably get another ban, but at least Blitzcrank and Lee Sin, I guess they're going to be banned. And then from a fnatic, I will probably say Evelyn. I'll probably say something like Diana, they also play SK Telecom. But we didn't see that much Diana, so I don't know, maybe Rengar? Maybe they're afraid of Rengar, of Reaper, and even Jax.
Is Jax bannable? I was about to ask.
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah, we did see some amazing.
Do you not think the Evelyn maybe, or
Evelyn could be banned, of course.
How about Olaf? I mean, jungle Olaf on Horror has been pretty strong.
I don't think it's that.
No, you don't think it's strong enough?
I think if fnatic trust enough on Sandy.
That's about a misfortune in that bottom lane. Very strong.
They trust on Rek'Sai as well to try to stop that with
wow.
The first ban, we said that it was Jax. The second ban also we said that. It was Katarina. The third ban also we said that. It was Evelyn. Then Diana from SK Telecom, I didn't expect that at all. I expected like Blitzcrank and Lee Sin.
Think back to the first semi, of course. X-Packet did carry quite hard with his 6-0, 7-0 Diana.
Yep, but still, Blitzcrank or Lee Sin gonna be open.
That's true, yeah. One of the two. The question is, are they going to actually first pick a support? Is Blitzcrank that strong?
It is strong,
actually, it's been Zyra they've been using as first pick.
Yeah, usually yes, absolutely. But maybe N-rated feels
there is the Rengar.
There's a Rengar ban, yeah.
That.
You've got all three right for fnatic so far.
Blitzcrank or Lee Sin, Blitzcrank, Lee Sin, and I will say there you go.
See how it goes. So all three bans actually aimed at Reaper.
Yep.
Even the Evelyn ban would be.
Well, he is the main man of the team. The team was created around him, so it's not surprising that it is aimed at him. It's like akin to the old hotshot days, I guess.
Pretty much where he just tanked all of it.
Cho'Gath.
That's Axel, and there we go.
There's the Lee Sin first pick.
For the first pick,
Soaz. We see him on.
Yes.
You see him on your screen right now. This is the man who could potentially carry the
I will
blame.
really love to see Soaz playing Lee Sin and just destroying Reaper. Even if Reaper is really good, I would love to see that only for his comment.
Yes,
I would love it.
It's karma, and not the champion. So Zyra
is
it also means that Nunu's available in that bottom lane should they require it. I've not seen N-Rated playing it that often though.
No, he always plays
Blitzcrank
aggressive,
is
like Zyra, Blitzcrank and Leona, and I think he can play Blitzcrank with
Tell me, do you want to pull Zyra?
Would you get Ezreal? Ezreal and Blitzcrank here? What are we thinking?
Ezreal always, and the last I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be Blitzcrank.
No?
I think
no.
Do you not think if they,
no, they can go jungle right now.
That's true. Yeah, they don't have to pick support.
They can go jungle. They can go. Cho'Gath is banned, but still, what junglers are available for Sanity is probably Nocturne is one of them. Mundo is one of them as well. Even Amumu
is open. Yeah.
So
does he jungle Malphite?
Oh, there you go.
Wow, locked in.
Which means that's going to be Ezreal, because Ezreal's the counter.
Yes, but still, if he could pick Ezreal and lock in, so I don't think Sanity is going to
Oh, there it is.
Then they try to troll me a bit.
I've done this a few times before.
Have you? I've not noticed.
There it is. So that's a pretty much solid lane. I mean, the fact that N-Rated was just practicing it like 10 minutes ago kind of said, if he gets it, he's going to go for it. Oh, Syndra. That could be an interesting one. Season 3, that's actually pretty legit.
Oh, yeah.
As a support, but I don't think we're going to... Well, you never know. I mean, I'd be amazed if we did.
AP Syndra is good.
AP Syndra is really strong at the moment. Live patch, AP Syndra mid is really strong.
The ultimate of AP Syndra is destroy every single champion. It's amazing.
One of the biggest single target bursts.
Probably we see Morgana.
Well, apparently we see
Morgana is a counter to Blitzcrank, but it seems like they're trolling us again.
Let's wait. This is the strong duo lane that we've seen already against Meteor Makers. It's the Zyra Misfortune. Yeah. Very, very strong. We saw how good that he can be.
It's exactly the same picks.
It is.
The only difference is Evelyn top. They're gonna swap the Evelyn top, but it's exactly the same picks. MF, Zyra, Olaf, and Cardus.
Yeah.
They only miss that.
Oh, last second the Mumu. Interesting.
So it's gonna be Olaf top.
Reaper on Olaf top.
Must be, yeah. And he switched away from Ghost on Horo into Flash, so that is gonna be the Mumu.
Yes. Yeah.
And there is the TF now, because they waited so long to pick it onto Mightily. Apparently Pekka thinks that it's worth picking it away. And let's see if they keep the dual teleport here. Oh, it might not be TF after all.
I don't think Pekka's going to play TF. I think he's more comfortable with picks like Katarina, Diana, Ahri, and that kind of stuff. I think he's much better with that.
So would this be a jungle Xin Zhao, or would it be a top?
Jungle.
The jungle, I think.
Yeah, you think Soaz is going to stick with it? Because he did play top Xin Zhao the other day.
It's true, yeah.
I think he really trusts him.
And Pekka's actually took away the teleport. He might bring it back later on. Let's see. Rise in the middle against an Ahri.
Rise is kind of sort of a bit of a counter to Ahri in that he can at least lock her down and burst her down when she wants to go away because of his rune presence, obviously.
I think Rise has not enough range to meet Ahri, so I think it's still Ahri should win.
I mean, it's really all about dodging the skill shot, and you'd think Pekka is strong enough that the skill shots generally will hit.
Generally. It's definitely a skill matchup there on the dodging. We have the final lineup.
If you can step around the skill shot, you with me here?
Yeah.
Step around the charm. He's going to rune prison, then he's going to burst the damage down. But you wouldn't have thought Pekka is going to miss that.
No, he's not gonna. I mean, he will miss if he just tried to.
It's okay because you looked at me like I just kicked your dog.
I was just thinking about like missing the skill shots from Rise, and I was like. What talking about?
What's
let me just point out that Cyan is still sitting on a Lee Sin. We could still see a last second swap, but at the moment it looks like the top lane is in Shao after all.
It's gonna be a last second swap.
You think so?
Yeah,
okay,
for sure.
What could SKT do in response to the knowledge, though?
Let's do something. If it's not a last second swap, there you go.
Yeah, so you can
I was going to say I will
stand
up and go out and never do again the expert, but they did it.
We had our moment, ladies and gentlemen. We had our chance.
We had our chance.
So who do you think is going to take this one? Last thoughts?
Fnatic. I love Soar. I love Soar playing Listen. He's just such an amazing
You love Pekka, you love Soaz, you love Unrated, Cyanide.
I'm just going to say 2 words here. Beep and boop. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, we saw Unrated just carrying his way to victory.
Before leaving, I have to say the team fight of SK Telecom is amazing. If they manage to go to a team fight in even result, they will win.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the Intel Extreme Masters is about to start the grand finals. It's Joe and Jason taking it away.
So here we go then, the grand final, Fnatic versus SK Telecom. Fnatic on the blue side in this first game of our best of 3 here. And we can see their early positions pretty much mirrored on the bottom side right now. SK Telecom headed into that bottom side of the Fnatic jungle, just checking with the roots, with the axe, that there's no one there, laying in wait for them. And they will get their ward down by the Wraith just to get that early vision. Will that mean, though, that they go for a bit of a later invade? Fnatic currently in this top side, going to get a ward down by the red buff.
And Joe,
go back.
and back. Joe, we always try to talk about this since we did hear from the expert desk who they thought would win. Who are you personally feeling right now?
It's so hard to say. I mean, on day one, I would have said Fnatic hands down,
right.
but the way that that CJ Entus ran them this morning, it's going to be a hard one to call. But that Blitzcrank from N-Rated, if he's just half as good as he was earlier on in the day, this could be pretty ridiculous stuff, as we are seeing a few of them going back here. Reaper and Mightily currently waiting out by this red buff as Cyanide is going to go in. They know that Reaper is there now. What? Now will have forced SK Telecom to just back away from this one. They don't want to get involved too much there. And Cyanide will be starting off on his race on this red side of the Fnatic jungle. Other side, it's going to be a Wolves into blue buff. Or maybe just straight into blue buff.
And maybe straight into blue. Joe, I think I'm going to have to give this one over to SK Telecom, though. I saw Miley playing Ryze with Reaper top lane. Oh, they do get the pull over the wall. They will take that blue buff away. Mumu knowing that, going to back out since they did see him with that Wraith Ward. But I saw him playing Ryze in the qualifiers for this. Played amazing. And like they were saying at the Expert Desk, they have a really good team composition. And I honestly think they will take this game #1. But either way, we do have a Mumu going for an invade here, trying to take the blue away.
Yeah, as you can expect, really, after his blue was taken away. But look at that. The presence of Cyanide switching sides of the jungle here has been enough to actually force them back. We are seeing a lane switch going on. Miss Fortune and Zyra in the top lane against Lee Sin for SK Telecom. And Blitzcrank Ezreal against Olaf on the bottom side. Olaf actually just going back here to check on that blue buff, and we'll realize, okay, the buff's gone. Get rid of the 2 small lizards there and continue back in towards that lane.
Oh, expecting might get caught here, though. Miley is in hot pursuit. Expecting they're level 2. Doesn't have charm yet. How's that Foxfire?
Oh, he's going to put the damage down there onto Mightily. In fact, the Ignite comes down as well. And XPK here may have enough to finish him off. The Orb did come up there, but he was pretty low on mana, so that's not going to work down. But Soaz came down as well, and this surely is going to be the first kill. Oh, and it's gone to Miss Fortune as well. SK Telecom reacted perfectly to that one. They saw that Lee Sin was in the jungle. Horo did take a lot of damage, but in the end, they reacted to it, and they've managed to pick up that first blood onto the AD carry again. This Miss Fortune has been so good for them so far.
Yeah, we saw him against Feature Breakers. Oh, getting very low in the mid.
There's only one more auto attack. Or you could just go spamming spells as he flashes in there for the kill, and that will be Mightily gaining the advantage in this bottom lane again. So the Koreans, I'm not sure, day one, whether they were playing a little bit more, chilled, I'm going to call it, whether they were tired. I mean, after flying from Korea, an extra day of good rest can mean a lot coming into a big day like this. So, not sure what that was, but both of the Korean teams turned up today looking a lot better than they did yesterday.
Yeah, they turned up definitely ready to play. And SK Telecom, they have a lot on the line. This is their first term as a team together. They want to, win this one. Finally make a name for themselves as they finally did form their team around Reaper, previously on Azubu Blaze. So as though in the top lane, gonna have a really tough time. However, Zyra level 1, not gonna be able to harass too much onto him. And at the bottom lane, no pulls landing just yet. Sana gonna take another blue buff here, as he did steal the other one away. And mid lane, I mean, you can't give that early advantage. We saw, like you were mentioning, this combo in the top lane before against Future Makers, and they just dominated Mackler on that Vayne. They just destroyed him, and they might be able to do it again here, as Yumi proving he's a very good Misfortune. Though with Blitzcrank, they haven't really made a play off of it just yet. Yeah, they stole blue buff, but that's obviously not going to be enough when you're down 2 kills.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, I mean, it's Reckless on Ezreal at the end of the day on that other side as well. So,
has he played a different champion this tournament? I don't think so.
I want to say no.
I think no.
I think no as well. I think he's played him every single time so far. So, yeah, I mean, he is definitely one of the best AD carries out there. You might even put him up there as the best Ezreal player since he plays him all that often. Which is going to be interesting to see how that one all goes down. If Peke does land the charm there on towards Ryze, the axe goes through, but SK Telecom thinking that they don't have quite the health to go in underneath that tower, but that's more time out of lane there for Reaper. I mean, it's not even that big of a deal because they know that Soaz has been dominated so heavily in this top lane.
Yeah, I mean, he has the ability to farm down there, but since they're not pushing lane against him, why not come roam around, try to go for something? Soaz, though, 18 CS at the top lane, not falling too far behind compared to his counterpart, but still, I mean, as you see, he's just stuck to his tower. He's not able to push out at all. And typically, when we see these lane switches, we have the jungler come into that tri-bush at top lane and go for a 3-man gank.
Oh, Cyanide flashing in here. They're going to try and take out Mightily. Can they get in? and finish this one off though. Rise sauntering away right now, juking through the bush, but they are going to come in. The charm actually will land, and there is Peke game one back, but here comes Reaper trying to get in on towards Peke. Is he going to be able to get the kill? Reckless swing, plus the axe comes down. Cyanide now the one in trouble as Misfortune is headed down there. Can't afford to lose the double buff, can't afford to lose them, and he is going to go down. Zyra now with the double buff. Reaper actually is going to escape this one as well. Flashes over the wall. Soaz goes down to Horo. What a turn of events there. 3 men taken out by SK Telecom. Amazing, just amazing.
Yeah, this is a really bad start, as you can tell, for Fnatic, and they actually are pinging down this mid turret, trying to go for early on. And we've been mentioning throughout the entire event that the Korean team seem to just love pushing this mid lane in as much as possible. We do see Horo now at least level 4, and obviously when he hits 6, he will be really threatening. Not to mention being up this much this early on is really a bad thing for Fnatic. We do have the tier done for Rise though. He doesn't have much CS, but still that 1 kill, that 1 assist is going to be helping out quite a bit. And we see you and me backing out back to base, sitting on 1,700 gold. Not bad.
Not bad at all. I mean, look at the kills. 1 for everyone. Only that death on Rise. 2 assists on the AD carry, 2 assists on the support, 2 assists for Olaf, and 1 apiece for Rise and Amumu. So we are going to see them go head-to-head. There is the Rune Prism coming down. Who's got the most damage? Neither of them really have enough with a full combo to take each other down right now, but well, that's because of what they're building. Obviously, tier 4 Rise and the Chalice with Ari, which that's going to change as we go along. Let's have a look at the CS. 67 to 41 between the AD carries. Yes, Fnatic have been losing out on those kills, but Reckless has been farming here in this bottom lane. The question is, how much is it going to hurt them in that long run, being behind on those kills, but ahead with the CS on that front, as Amumu is actually by his blue buff right now. Cyanide, I think, has just noticed that on Reaper, looking in the bush as well, so he's going to see Cyanide coming his way. He's going to be expecting this 3-man gang to come down. They need to come in as a pull comes down from Blitzcrank. This is a kill. Reckless will get that one. Nicely executed again by Fnatic. And Rise and Amumu were too busy doing that blue buff there. They couldn't really afford to come down and end up losing the fight, and then the buff as well. So they've lost that all up. He goes to 1-1-2, and Fnatic going to be looking for an 8-minute dragon.
Yeah, we were mentioning how Misfortune was down in CS, up and kills and assists though, but Reckless getting that kill. Guess how much gold he's sitting on right now, Joe, to back with 2,500. Yeah. And at the 8.5-minute mark, that is just ridiculous. Reckless obviously most likely going to be going into that Infinity's Edge, which she's been doing the entire tournament. We do have still 3 members of Fnatic in this bottom tri-bush. Not really going to be able to get anything here though. And Reaper coming back to lane. He's actually falling behind in terms of CS, as we do see Soaz. I mean, he's catching up because he's taking his own jungle quite often. He's roaming around, as you and me isn't really pushing lane too hard. As you see right here, he will hop into the mid lane just to get a couple. And Fnatic, I mean, they are getting back in this game. And with the Blitzcrank, anything can happen.
Yeah, and now you and me going to have a nice wave of minions there with him to try and pick off this top turret. That could be the first one of the game right here. In fact, it will be. They are going to be taking that one out, and that is first objective down for SK's side. And always a bonus to have down. And that's something we've seen from them pretty much every single game, to be honest with you. They've been going for these towers as early as they possibly can, getting them all out of the way. See Reckless here, again, underneath the tower, not having any problems. Got that BF sword and a dagger currently in there, and we see Misfortune pretty much going for the same as well. Dagger and a Vamp Scepter compared to the Doran's Blade that Reckless actually has in his arsenal. That's Misfortune starting to bring that one a little bit back in her favor, or not really in her favor, but at least bringing it closer at 66 to 84 CS. But they need to watch out for that, because Reckless, he's super skilled with his Ezreal, and he's going to cause you problems if he gets fed with the CS early on.
Ooh, pulled. Almost hit Misfortune there, and this should be a little bit easier for Fnatic down here. If they can land that pull on a you and me, they can really lock her down. Only problem is Zyra has really great range with all of her abilities, really great harass. But Reckless, like you're mentioning, amazing Ezreal. He's actually been doing extremely well the entire tournament with scores like, what was it, 11, 2, and like 8 or something like that. Something ridiculous for him carrying his team. But here we go, Blitzcrank trying to go in. Not really going to go for anything there, just trying to scare him away and keep him off that CS, as you were mentioning. Misfortune catching up, but obviously still pretty far behind.
Yeah, baiting that route out again. It's always good to have Zyra with less mana and that route on cooldown, depending what's going to happen as they pull Misfortune in. But here comes the Amumu, ulti going to go down. Reckless will gaze ulti off there and will escape. The Misfortune ultimate wasn't actually hitting him, and N-Rated is going to be picking up that kill. We've got Soaz in there now, teleporting in. Zyra ulti going to go down. Well, they've not got the damage to take down N-Rated, and that will be a 1-for-1.
Very well played. I was actually surprised they were able to get that kill off, considering Horo was waiting that tri-bush, and when Misfortune got pulled, Flash did pop that ultimate, and we saw Reckless. I mean, he even popped that cleanse. He almost got away from that. Very skilled right there with Arcane Shift and that Flash both being used, but still in the mid lane, seeing XPK not actually going for a push on that tower because Miley was heading down there to help out. And Horo, I mean, he's level 6, has that 1 GP10, has enough money for his second GP10 when he does go back. And that's the thing about Mumu, you don't really need too many items. All you really need out of him is just enough movement speed to land that ultimate. Well, enough skill to land a bandage toss, I guess. And Horo, during the qualifiers, played an amazing Mumu, and I'm really happy to see him playing it here.
Well, bottom lane, Soaz is actually still there. So fnatic might actually end up bunching up with this one. I mean, Ezreal has in fact gone towards his top lane. Can Enrated land the grab on Horo? No, he can't. Tried to predict the path that Mumu was going to take, and in the end, he pretty much ran in a straight line anyway, so that's throwing Enrated off somewhat. But they may be able to push in towards his turret. Misfortune coming down as well should put any kind of stop to that one. So what do we have? 15.9 to 15.2 thousand gold in favor of SK Telecom. 6-3 to them in kills as well, and as I mentioned, the spread really, really nice. Obviously, Misfortune did get that kill onto Ezreal earlier as well, which definitely helps to get an advantage.
Yeah, and Starless going for the early Sork boots, which you've never seen. I've never seen supporters ever go boots this early on. Obviously, with the 1 kill, 3 assists, why not kind of thing. Get that extra movement speed to get away from Blitzcrank, but the damage she puts out really goes underestimated sometimes, as they still are pushing us down. They got the top turret already. Why not go for the bottom and just get that extra little bit of gold? Reckless, though, in the top lane, gonna get caught by Reaper with the undertow, but he's actually gonna commit to this? No, just backing out instead.
I just wanted to force him away there from that turret. What sort of health? Okay, it's only lost a little bit of HP. That turret in the top lane. We see XPK come back in. Almost got that Chalice now finished. Sorry, the Fiend's Unholy Grail now finished. Got the Chalice and the Finished Codex already in there. Blitzcrank, Boots of Mobility. Perfect item for Enrated. We saw in the semi-final earlier on. He was actually the one picking up a load of the kills. Got himself a Frozen Heart by the end of that game. And he's currently 1-0-1 right now as well. Best score on the team.
Not the best CS though, Joe.
Yeah,
as you see with the fight. But he is setting up for you and me right here. We're actually going to commit to this and go in.
Wow, I'm not sure how this has really all gone down. You and me, though, is going to do some good damage there. Ulti's down onto Reckless, gets the kill as well. And they will exchange once again, as we do see Horo actually coming down into this bottom lane. More to cover than anything else. Ari is on the backside. There are wards down in the tri-bush, so they know that XPK is there. And he is actually going to be backing off as well, so no real danger from that front. Wards down up by the blue buff area as well from Enrated. In the whole time that's been going on, Reaper has pushed that top lane through as well.
That's what we've been seeing him do every game though. Last time in the semifinals against Evelyn, he split pushed the entire time going after Soaz here.
Oh, Soaz is really in trouble. Rune Prison coming down. Reaper going to get that kill. And I think Soaz thought, well, I can take this guy 1v1. Well, in the end, not 1v2 indeed, as Rise did come around, actually going back here. And there comes, the charm actually missing. Let's see if Mitely can get in there. Nope, not quite.
Almost got that good jump onto him with that ward. He's going to try chasing him away here. See Rupert backing in lane, though. I don't think Reckless actually going to be able to spot him before he does disappear. But yeah, that's what he's been doing every game so far, and there's not really been a good answer to that. I mean, you could have Soaz go head-to-head against him in the top lane, but with now a 2-1-2 Olaf against a 0-3 Lee Sin, most likely to go in Olaf's favor once he does pop that ultimate and have that ignite up. And ready to pull in the creeps, just get a little bit of CS. He does have that Heart of Gold still. And a Bloodthirster done on Misfortune. So if they ever do get to her, you're going to have some extra, extra survivability in these fights. We do see a fight kick it off at Dragon, though.
Yeah, Cyanide actually going quite aggressive into him there. The rest of the team were coming around from the backside as XPK will get hit by the Rune Prison. Have they got enough damage to finish off them? No, not quite. Was very, very close though. Well, SK Telecom will be happy with that one. They're going to go in as they pull Horo up to the backside. There goes the ulti from Amumu, and they've got Misfortune over the wall doing all the damage here. And Rated going to have his mana barrier pop. Cyanide chasing down onto Horo will actually land the kill. But now the rest of SK Telecom coming around here. Ultimate comes down. Are they going to get the bounce? Reckless comes away with his life, but Xin Zhao not having the same luck. The Misfortune ultimate actually finishing him off. as we have got Soaz from the backside. Will Q in there. He may pay for it with his life, though, as he will W back out, but he is going to die. And that's another kill for Misfortune. Onto the AD carry, who's now 5-2-3. That's a pretty formidable scoreline 15 minutes in.
Yeah, they need to stop getting her. Even in the semifinals was playing extremely well. Had really a high scoreline on top of that. Look what Reaper and Horror are doing yet again. They're lining up all their items, Joe. It's like a little bit of bromance going on there. Actually, as we know, RNA has a pretty big bromance with fnatic, as you heard when they were talking at the experts desk. But still, they're actually not going for Dragon there. There is a pink. We're currently down on it, so no point in getting pulled again or throwing that away. We do have Reaper heading back towards the top lane. Obviously, you know what he's going to do. He's going to push that all the way to second turret and then roam around. So we do have Zyra in the bottom lane. Reckless, 2-2-2. I mean, it's not a bad score, but it's not what you need to see right now.
Yeah, CS is the thing that's keeping him up there, though, with that 20 extra. And yeah, I mean, he's 300 gold behind on the whole, so it's not even that bad for him, to be honest. And now that's going to come even more back towards level as that Dragon is started off. Actually not working out quite as N-rated would have planned there.
Hit the plant instead.
Yeah. And now SK Telecom looking for a Dragon of their own. Lee Sin is in the top lane. Does have teleport there, Soaz. So could come down and try to steal this one. Let's have a look. Doesn't look like he's going to go for it. Looks like they're actually going to take this top turret, but Cyanide going to get caught out here by the Rune Prison. Will be finished off. It's you and me who gets the kill once again. Ezreal ultimate might be enough just to force him away. Mightily, he's still pretty healthy, and now Reaper is actually coming down here as well. They're going to be forced to pop that ghost out. Reaper is coming in on towards XPK. There's a reckless swing. Look at the damage coming down as N-rated did pull one in. Here comes a Mumu as well. And, well, they've caught N-rated right underneath his turret. As, wow, Ari coming in there very aggressive to try and take out Misfortune. In the end, Ezreal gets the pleasure of that one, but Ari did pay the price of her life. And looks like Reckless will stay safe. The turret is actually still up here. He didn't have the minions for it, didn't want to be tanking it, as Reckless gonna throw a Q over onto Reaper.
And Soaz, in the meantime, did push that top turret down. And I was really surprised what Cyanide did there. He tried to, smite Sealed away, but he got caught with the Rune Prison, ended up dying, ended up baiting his team into 3 deaths there. And still, Soaz getting that tower. I mean, it's not the greatest victory, but it's definitely going to help in the long run when you actually lost that Dragon and lost a couple kills there. We do see them going back to buy, have the Catalyst and the tier done for Ryze still. And we have Misfortune working her way into that last Whisper, which is kind of what exactly the exact build he's been doing every game. Getting that Fan Dancer, getting a Zeal, and then turning it into a last Whisper, and then a Fan Dancer right after. And we have the Aegis done for Reaper at the moment, building into that Shurelez, which we always like to see on Olaf. The extra cooldown reduction and movement speed with the Ghost. It's going to be so easy to catch whoever he wants there. But expect it. He has a nice mobility. Reckless has it as well. They have some pretty good protection with the disengage from Soaz, the pull and the knockup from Blitzchain. But Cyanide, with the biggest thing of all, with that ultimate, going to be able to disperse the enemy team. And Joe, I mean, even with the kill advantage for SK Telecom, this game's still very close, and I really don't even think we can call it.
Yeah,
anyway.
Ezreal's finishes Infinity Edge now. Misfortune going for that same build that we actually saw the last couple of times as well out of him, which is Bloodthirster, Zeal, and then straight into Last Whisper, and then finishing the Phantom Dancer afterwards. Did you already say that, Jason?
Yeah, so that whole thing.
Yeah, I was actually concentrating on something else. My mind works in mysterious ways. As we do see the Charm land there onto Horror, but that could bait them into the fight. Zyra ulti gonna knock fnatic up. XPK, the first target. Horror looks like he's gonna die, but where is the rest of the team? Exhaust goes down onto Cyanide. He is going to be finished off. The AD carries are actually down in that bottom lane. Now we'll put Olaf up to 4-1-5. Dangerous, dangerous times.
Yep, going on the killing spree through. But still, I mean, it was a 1-for-1 trade. It could have gone a lot worse for fnatic because we had a nice combo with that Mumu ultimate and the Zyra ultimate. And they still, I mean, XPK was the one that was really close because you did see Mightily actually flash in for that kill. Yeah. But with the ultimate charges, obviously XPK should be able to get away and did. But still, fnatic, or N-Ready, he's just waiting around, trying to get a pull, trying to stop them from backing here. And they might even try to get this turret because it's down to 500 health, so it is very, very viable for them to take it.
Looks like the rest of the team might not have the same idea though. So I was actually waiting in the brush there. There's a ward here which will be spotting his position, so there's no chance that SK Telecom gonna push away from that tower. And as I say that, what do? They push away from the tower. In the bottom lane though, Misfortune had pushed it out pretty much completely, bringing her back to within 30 CS, at least for now, of Reckless. And we may just see them grouping up. Let's have a look at the fnatic tower. You can see that's not really healthy either, 1100 HP, but certainly, well, twice as healthy as what SK Telecom have got behind them there on that tower.
Thing is, though, they're against time right now because Miley's going to get so tanky that he's going to be really problematic to deal with. Starlast is going to get a lot of damage just from being a support, and not to mention you and me, who, like we were saying before, that Last Whisperer, that Phantom Dancer, and that Bloodthirster are going to be very problematic. And the Olaf, if he goes into a Warmogs or into a Randuin's, is going to cause a lot of problems. Being able to slow them and make it so his team can't catch up with the with the Shredders on top of that. But I mean, look at the damage that Ahri puts out. Not really that much. Miley was already missing half of what he's missing currently. It's just not a lot of damage yet because of the Deans and Holy Grail, which is like a typical item you see on her. You only see that death cap first, but obviously the magic resist can be very helpful for her. Has kept him alive quite a bit in these fights. And the thing I'm worried about is Soaz. I mean, Lee Sin, I know he's a very good Lee Sin, but as a champion alone, he just falls off so hard late game.
Yeah, I mean, the kick is what's going to be most useful for fnatic there towards that late game. I mean, he's still going to do a lot of damage, there's no doubt about that one, but will it be able to hold up to, well, Olaf, his counterpart there in that top lane? I'm not sure that it will. Shirelles is now done. That Aegis, obviously, from earlier, there's a second Aegis with a Mumu as well.
Oh, they're trying to go for Starlast here. Get that Oracle and they get the pull.
Oh, they managed to get Starlast here. He's going to go down. There's no doubt about that one. But the rest of the team, Mumu and Misfortune ulti ripping through them. Soaz has come in there, but he's going to have to flash away to stay alive. There is Reckless at the back. Can he take down Misfortune? Yes, he can, but he is going to die to Mightily, who's now going to go hunting in for Soaz, who actually was a little bit out of range. Horo's trying to finish off Enrated here, who, well, they pull in Olaf for the double kill.
Just helping him out.
Yeah, Horo would have... Man, that was my kill. Why did you pull him in there so he could steal it? And that will leave us at 19 to 10. 4 men down for 2. Yes, they've taken out you and me, but...
At what cost?
At what cost? Exactly, Jason.
They got an Oracle. I wouldn't trade 4 deaths for an Oracle any day, Joe. They will be able to get this turret, though. And, I mean, the Last Whisper is now done for Misfortune, so any armor you build against her can be pretty much useless. You need that attack speed reduction, but we currently don't see any item being built towards that just yet. And that's one thing that's really going to hurt them out. Not to mention the Olaf, it affects him as well. People mostly forget about Zyra. Has that Haunting Guise, which they built last time in the semifinals. Didn't go for that Zonies as the first item. And building a Negatron Cloak on top of that, trying not to be bursted down by Xpeke. And a Rod of Age is done for Ryze, not going for Banshee's Veil. And looks like actually will be building Banshee's Veil on top of that.
Yeah, but after that, they've left this middle tower open. Which just makes me an angry person.
That's pet peeve.
Oh, Zyra ulti actually going down here onto Xpeke, and Starlast is actually going to defend that tower just about. 2 HP. Just needed a sneeze from Xpeke and that one was gone. Dragon will be taken here though by fnatic, and what are SK Telecom going to go for? Reaper there was having a look. Looks like Cyanide will be the biggest target, as we do have Misfortune under all kinds of pressure, and that is not an ideal thing to happen for SK Telecom. Yes, they save middle tower, but here we go. Ezreal ultimate coming across. They've managed to lock Xpeke in. They pull one right into the middle of them as well, and SK Telecom are losing health. Left, right and center. Reaper's low. Horror will actually get over the wall, but can they finish off here? Mightily will be the next target, and Reaper will die as well, and that is a 4 for nothing. And they took the Dragon.
And then they lost 4 in that last team fight, and they're taking a 4 this time. And that was all due to Horror's ultimate not being up. It's so crucial that he has that combo up with Zyra, and they took advantage of that. They're going to be able to get this tower finally, Joe. At 2 HP, not going to be able to save it. And they might be able to push it down into another turret here, because you still have 20 seconds on Mightily, who actually, N-rated, pulled in from the side. He actually dodged Olaf, a very good pull from him, and actually probably won them that fight. And there goes another turret. So fnatic, it was about 4,000 gold lead in favor of SK Telecom. Now just 800-ish.
Ish. That's our word, by the way, when we don't want to do the mathematics, if you didn't already notice. So there's Cyanide just clearing out this wave that had been pushed through that top lane. Good amount of farm for him. Currently a good 30 CS ahead in the jungle, which I guess you can really expect out of Xin Zhao. Mumu making his lane presence that bit more felt. Well, what do we have in terms of the items since then? That Rod of Age is obviously finished for Ryze. On the other side, needlessly large rod picked up by Xpeke. The AD carries, Bloodthirster, Last Whisper, Zeal, they were all in there earlier on. for Misfortune, and Reckless here just using his ultimate to farm up before he heads off home with 1,700 gold to buy up with, and there is the Phantom Dancer finished, and also Ari finishing off that needlessly large rod into the Zhonyas.
And not to mention, we see Cyanide actually pick up a Negatron and a Chain Vest, and I believe the Cloth Armor as well, just to get a little bit more tanky, because he saw in that fight, all he's supposed to do is just soak up the damage, just get the disbursement into the team, kind of separate them. And I mean, he's building exactly like he needs to, though Soaz, not tanky at all. He's like, you know what, I'm gonna go full damage, see if I can burst down Misfortune in time, and to be honest, he probably could.
Well, I mean, that last fight was a total opposite of the one before. As we are going to see the ulti come down. He got Reckless at the corner, but that Zhonya's is going to be used. There's the Zyra ultimate, not really doing that much, and Cyanide is right in the middle of them. Let's back away here, because they are focusing down Reaper first of all. Horror will come in, Cyanide dies, Charm landing onto you and me, but have they got the health and the damage to finish this one off? Reckless going to be chased down by you and me, who, well, he got hit with an auto attack and will end up dying from that one. Meanwhile, N-Rated picking up a Moo on the top side, and that will be a 4 for 2. So again, 4 men taken down, and again it switches as to who's picked it up. We saw the first one coming in for SKT, then Fnatic doing the same, then the opposite as you and me flashes in there. Will he die? Yes, he will. Wow. Red buff for the win. And you and me, great play, great flash in there. Knew that he was going to be able to get the finisher with that red buff, and they are now going to back away. So I guess we can say they got 5.
Yeah, and they they're leaving with 2,500 gold Misfortune, and the whole thing with that fight was nice Mumu ultimate, nice Zyra ultimate. It caught XPK, actually forced him out of the fight completely. He's being chased down by Olaf, as obviously you did see him die as he got focused down, extending a little bit too far, but still, that's the combo they need, and if they keep engaging on their terms like that, they will easily win this. We do see an Oracle for N-Rated now, though, and they are going to try to clear out some of these wards and finally put some pressure down, as you see that Baron finally getting warded up. And we're at the 27-minute mark, so Baron is a very viable option for any team.
Yeah, one really key thing I want to just mention with that fight, the Amumu ultimate, which was here, actually extended here and caught Reckless right in the corner underneath the brush. So really, really nice play. Maybe a little bit of luck that Reckless was just happening to be right there at that second to get him locked in. But nonetheless, fantastic ultimate coming out of Horo. And that leaves us with a 3,300 gold lead for SK Telecom. Dragon up in 2 minutes, just less than. And we do have a lot of wards on this bottom side of the jungle, so maybe SK Telecom will try and pick some people off. And as I say, that N-Rater's got his Oracle on and is clearing them all out again. Yeah, we currently look on SK Telecom's items. They have the random ones done onto Olaf. They're building into that Frozen Heart on Rise. That's going to really limit all their damage. I mean, Soaz is pretty dependent on attack speed. I mean, its abilities do a lot of damage, but still, the auto attacks are going to help as well. Not to mention the lifesteal that they're going to slow down from him getting. Reckless as well, who's going for that front damage build, not for any kind of poke. And then you have Cyanide, who honestly in the end does a lot of damage, but when you slow his attack speed, he gets kind of messed up. And I mean, it's perfect itemization. We still don't see, oh, there it is actually. The Ren is being picked up to Cyanide, I didn't actually notice that. And if he can actually get that on top of you and me, they can limit a lot of damage coming into them. And it's really all about, is just limiting where the damage goes for each player, by kind of trying to control it in some sort. So SK Telecom going to be clearing out this top wave. Will that mean straight onto that inner turret now in the top lane as well? Reaper is there, in fact all 5 of them are still there. Misfortune just going to rip through those minions, pretty much one-shotting the caster minions as well. As we do see the root go down from Zyra, didn't actually connect. And this will be a risky fight from SK Telecom, just from how they've gone. It's all about landing that combo from them. And we see Horo here just waiting behind the wall. I'd say that bait should be pretty obvious for Fnatic. Well, N-Rated also looking to get a pull of his own down from that.
And the thing is that SK Telecom...
Here we go, ultimate going to come over. He's actually caught 4 of them. Misfortune ulti going in. Zyra ulti was on the mark. Cyanide's going to die. The second man goes down. Reckless is already dead. N-Rated will fall. And that is going to be a double kill for Misfortune. Now they go around onto Soaz, who actually flashed away and trying to decide where it's going to all go down. Soaz is somehow still alive from this one, walking away into that middle lane, and I think the call will come in from SK Telecom to go straight down for that turret. They're going to sandwich XPK in here as well. He is not getting out of this one alive. You and me picks up another one. 13-5-10 Misfortune. That is a ridiculous score, and they are just about healthy enough to go back. and take the Baron.
It's not a bad score, Joe. I mean, I've seen better. I might do a little better than that sometimes. No, obviously not. But they do have a lot of gold on Misfortune again, 2,300. So you could see a Banshee's Veil coming out. That's the item she's going to go for. But just like you said, Baron going to be picked up here. And so it's up to him to either stop it or push some kind of lane. Actually, he's heading over towards Dragon instead. As ulti not going to be enough to steal it away.
Yep, there we go. That's a big thing for SK Telecom. Look at the gold that they're sat on here. 2,600 for Misfortune. Everyone else hovering between 1,000 and 1,500 gold. And that's going to be another big spike of power that they come back into the game with.
Yeah, I'm actually curious to see what item he's going to go for. Maybe another BS sword?
Double Randuins.
Oh, gosh.
And everyone's getting Negatron cloaks.
Oh, yeah. Limit the damage that Ari's doing since it is quite a bit in the end, but I'm curious to see, and Joe, what do you think Misfortune's actually going to go for? Maybe you don't really need something defensive, as you've been seeing. She really isn't getting focused down just yet. Maybe an Infinity's Edge is their next big item?
Possible. I mean, not got anything really other than that Negatron cloak just yet. Is actually going to go home. So, yeah, I think Infinity Edge, why not? May even just end up going towards that Guardian Angel just for the fact of having it. But no, there is a BF Sword and a Quicksilver Sash.
There you go. He heard us, Joe. He's like, you know what? I'm going to listen to these castles. I'm going to go some more damage. But yeah, we have Frozen Heart finished up onto Rise now. And that is a lot of attacks. They slow that double Renans, like you pointed out. Be very devastating the team. We do see them actually going for Dragon right now. Just kind of take away more objectives, well, as many as possible. And now fnatic, I mean, being down this much gold this late in the game is really huge. And the CS difference in the mid lane quite a bit, but it doesn't really matter. Rise, I mean, he's just a tanky and formidable force.
And with this Baron on, SK Telecom are going to be looking to stamp their mark on this game, to be getting inhibitors from this. And the way that those last fights are going, wouldn't surprise me to just go in for it. You see the Ezreal ulti there, not really doing that much damage.
They have their combo up. They have that movement ultimate and Zyra ultimate currently up right now. Not to mention Misfortune on top of that. Actually, up in the bot lane.
Yeah, they want to try and catch Soaz out here. They're going to kick him back, but to be honest with you, a grab from Enrater actually goes in between again. A stun down on two. Soaz is going to get blown to pieces. Reckless just about getting away, but he is burning, but not quite going down. They've taken out Cyanide, though. That will be a 2 for 0 and an inner turret in this bottom lane. And I tell you what, they are not going to stop at this one. Obviously, they don't have that ulti combo of Amumu and Zyra, but they're not going to be too worried about that one. They've got enough damage to be taking out these champions on their own, as Xpeke is going to get a little bit of damage coming down. Horo actually underneath the turret will die to Reckless, who escaped with hardly any health from that last fight. And SKT will back away.
And Joe, look how much gold they have again. I mean, every time they seem to do this, they come back with Misfortune having 2,000 plus gold. Infinity's Edge actually getting very close to being done right now. And SK Telecom just looking so strong. I mean, in day one, they were kind of, you know, kind of iffy. I mean, they kind of skated by right there, but still, right now, both Korean teams playing extremely well. It might have been just exactly what you're saying. You know, they could have been a little bit tired.
Wow. Enrater just put a ward right down on top of them. If he'd have gone for the blind pull, would actually have pulled someone out there. But that's all ifs and buts. And a 57.4 to 46.6 thousand gold lead. 30 to 17 in kills. 7 to 4 in turrets. This is SK Telecom's game to lose now.
And you and me full item build, Joe. Doesn't have pots, but still, it doesn't matter with that Baron. Infinity's Edge. That ultimate alone is just decimating Reckless, as you've seen every time. Every time he gets locked down by the Moon ulti, you just see the Misfortune follow up, and he is forced to pop that cleanse, forced to arcane shift, and maybe even flash away. Warmock's picked up on OF if he wasn't already tanky enough. See, Reckless finally
got for 1,000 there, you and me.
Not bad. But the last one she picked up for Reckless, and the Banshee's Veil. Where is that actually? I didn't see. Banshee's Veil on Zyra. Yeah, a little bit interesting item. You typically see that Zonia's, but why not? You're this far ahead, why not, Joe?
Well, I mean, they've got 2 Shirelles in there, they've got 2 Aegis. What does she want to pick up?
Some damage. Potentially.
Yeah, but I think surviving through these fights now, they've got enough damage. Let's be honest, with true. Rise, Olaf, Misfortune in there. I think the protection going to be more important to them, and also it stops the charm and it stops the pull, which is 2 big things in terms of Fnatic's engagement. We are seeing SK Telecom here going for this middle Inhibitor turrets. We are going to see Cyanide go in there. There is one. Randuin's going to be popped, and we do see Misfortune go down. They've managed to pick a good target, but are they going to be able to live through this one? Reckless will die. Now they're chasing down on towards Enrater. Brilliant bandage toss is going to get the kill, as Horror will eventually fall to Ari, but that will be a 3 for 2. And they've still got Olaf and Rise there. Olaf's going to hammer away on this turret to get it down, as the charm does land onto Mightily. It's only a matter of time until this turret goes down. Peke actually using the Zhonya's Hourglass here. That will keep him alive for now, so nice micro work out of Peke, but they're gonna lose this inhibitor.
Yeah, not to mention Baron is going to be coming up in about 2 minutes, and with 2 lanes of Super Minions pushing against you, you kind of can't defend against that. We're going to have to see potentially a risky Baron coming out of Fnatic, just as a desperation Baron is, I guess, the correct term. And SK Telecom, gold again. I mean, they're coming back with so much gold. Rise 2,400 at the moment. Could go for his Man Immune if that's the item he's going to go for, which I think is a better choice over than the Archangel Staff. Especially in Season 3, you see the Mirror Mana just being so crazily good on him. But Fnatic not going for that Baron. I'm a little bit surprised, you know. As I say that, looks like they are heading over there. Going to be spotted by a ward, though. And Horror's ultimate could be up very shortly. He's heading down towards that bottom lane, but with that Shureless, he could get over to Baron very quickly if he needs to. And they check it, and they're like, oh, it's not up, Joe.
Yeah. That would have been the perfect time. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't think SK Telecom would have all backed away there anyway if that Baron was up, because that was just asking for Fnatic to come in and take it straight away. It's coming up 37-25, which less than a minute from now. See Fnatic all backing in. They all need to kind of chip in and make sure that these super minions don't overrun the base.
So I did go for Archangel Staff.
That showed you.
Yep. That's why I'm not a top player. We do have, yet again, a Giant Spell being picked up on Reckless. We've seen him going that, actually, no, that isn't him. No, that was him that went the Frozen Mallet in the first semifinal.
Yep.
Getting that extra survivability, not to mention the slow, helps out quite a bit. But still, I mean, the damage that SK Telecom have put out, I don't think it's going to be enough. They are waiting around for Baron right now. They know the timer on it since they did take it. Have a pink ward there. Going to take out all the coverage, or all the ward coverage that Fnatic has. And if we see a fight here, I mean, it's over. Then again, does Fnatic have to go for this? Do they have to try to stop it or steal it? Or do they just let him have it and try to defend?
Don't think they're going to get anywhere near it by the time it's actually down. That's the real problem. And there it is. Baron is already down, and Shurelia's #1 is popped. When is the second one going to come down? SKT, I think that, well, we don't really need to use it. We don't really need to chase. We've got 1 turret left outside of the Nexus turrets. We can just push straight through from this one. They've got their combo available, as we are going to see another Shurelia is coming in here. Horror looking for that ultimate in the right position as you and me going to go down. And Cyanide will die as well, but it's a killer piece right now. We can see XPK going in towards Horror. Reckless is low over the other side, as the Zhonya's is popped. Pop being the right word there to use, I think. And that is a 2 for 2. Reckless going to be forced to be backing off. And Rise is actually going to go just check out to see where he was going back, but won't really matter. You've got Olaf here to hammer these turrets down. Third and final inhibitor will be falling here in a matter of seconds as well.
That's the second team fight in a row, Joe, that SOAS got in there on top of you and me and just blew him up with the help of Cyanide.
Yeah, they know that's what they have to do to stand any kind of chance in these fights. As we are going to see Reckless taking some good damage from Mighty. He's got the blue buff, obviously the Baron buff on there as well. Problem is they don't have Misfortune here, which I think could end up coming back to hurt them if they're not careful. Super Minions actually attacking Fnatic as they go through. There is the Ezreal ultimate, dodged nicely by SK Telecom, popping his Shurelias just to get out of harm's way. And that will be them going back, but it's all going to be just one big final push to win the game.
Yeah, there's 0 infrastructure left up for Fnatic. All 11 turrets being down. No Nexus turrets. I mean, pretty much SK Telecom just run in there. One last team fight. Even without the team fight, they could probably take it out just with the fortune attacking it alone. And Starlots, look at you picked up, Joe. Why not? A Thorn Mail.
A Thorn Mail. Why not? I don't remember the last time I saw this build on a support Zyra, that's for sure.
I don't remember the last time I saw Thorn Mail ever, Joe.
Yeah.
And my lane getting that dragon just as well, because we see Olaf pick up a Force of Nature, getting even that much more tanky. The thing is, they're not even focusing him down. They're going for, like we were just saying, you and me. But then if you do that, look who's left. You have Mightily, you have Reaper. You even have Starlass, who has some pretty good damage, and then Horo attacking you, which also does a lot of damage, and it's just they don't have an answer for the rest of the tankiness that SK Telecom have. And here it is, all 3 waves pushing in, and they're just waiting for the last, well, from the bottom to actually just finish that push.
Yeah, Reaper gonna finally join up. We've got Elixirs running pretty much across the board now for SK Telecom. There is the first Aurelius pop. Cyanide gonna get caught out. The ulti came down from Horo. Actually, the Misfortune ulti wasn't perfect, but the Zyra ultimate was very, very good. And look at you and me hammering away on the Nexus already. Is gonna get charmed up. Actually, it may end up dying here. Will flash away, and SK Telecom gonna take out the Nexus and win game number 1 here of the grand final of Intel Extreme Masters Cologne.
That is a hell of a way to start off this best of 3. Went back and forth so many times early on. We saw, I think, 4 kills for each team. I don't know how to say that any clearer. It kind of sounds really, a little bit weird in my head, but I know you know what I mean, Joe. But still, SKT, don't give me that look. SK Telecom coming out very strong, 36-21 in that 40-minute game. And Reaper's showing that, yeah, you ban his Evelyn, but he can play a lot of other champions.
Yeah, he certainly has a big pull, but let's take a look at the big picture here, because it's best of 3, the grand final. fnatic won their semi-final 2-1 after losing the first game as well. So they've got to do exactly what they did after that game 1 of the semi-final. Get together here and talk about what went wrong, whether that was, you know, with the picks and the bans, whether that was some mistake that they've made throughout this game as a whole. But either way, just keep the focus high. Try and, you know, raise morale a bit, because it is really quite disheartening to go through a tournament to the grand final, lose the first game. That's a lot of pressure that's piled up against you. So fnatic just need to make sure that whoever it is that raises morale for them, whether that's their manager Harry or whether it comes from within their team, that they get kind of back on their feet or back on the horse and ride into the next game.
Ride into the sunset.
Real cheesy.
A little bit. But what they need to do is, you and me, I mean, every game so far in the semifinals, he was the key player. He's sitting there 14-7-14 at the end of that game, but still, I mean, obviously was the target every time in these team fights. Do you think they're going to focus any kind of bans on him? And if you do that, I mean, it leaves open other champions.
Yeah, it does. And he's already shown that he's not just about Misfortune. However, his Misfortune has been so good when we've seen it up until now. So maybe it is worth a ban from fnatic's side of things to stop him getting that Misfortune, getting a good start to the early game, and then pushing forward for the victory. I mean, yeah, like you said, 14 out of 36 kills were on him. So that's a big play out of you and me. We're going to throw it over to the expert desk, though. They're going to break it down even more, and they'll be able to tell us whether that Misfortune is going to be worth a ban.
Misfortune definitely is worth a ban. That's what we think, because, wow, that bullet time has just been every time perfectly. Right from the start, the flash bullet time. He knew he was going to die. He knew she was dead. Flash, got the ulti.
There was so many times. There was so many times Xin went to MF, but she just didn't care at all. She was like flashing an ultimate. Everyone. It was such an amazing MF ultimate. Did on this game.
So, to save any errors, let's get straight into it. 6 minutes, here we go. It is going to be a 2v1 and Rise in mid, and they just countered so badly.
Of fnatic, they were catching Rise. They killed Rise, but it was the counter gang now. Olaf came, killed Beck in 1 second, and now they kill Sanity, and they give the double buff for Zyra. We'll see Sanity trying to run away, but Zyra comes and kill him. And now they're even going to kill Lee Sin, and Olaf survived there. It was a 3-4-1 in favor of SK Telecom. Was really successful for Telecom, that counter gang.
And they thought they were going so well there, but honestly at the top lane, Reaper, he put his money where his mouth was.
Good,
he put his money where his mouth was.
And actually the Lee Sin with teleport, they tried to do like a cheesy, like steal blue buff, then try to counter the red buff, but it didn't work that well.
Didn't work that well.
So 15 minutes, here it is the grab party once again. They got a Mumu, their blitz died, and it was 3 for 2 in favor of SK Telecom once again.
They were trying to do Drake, but, and Rated don't want to let a single guy without the grab. And he started with the grab party, as we said, and it was a 1-for-1 at the start. He was like, Blitzcrank dying, Amumu dying, but here I think it was Soath who get caught and died as well.
Well, that's Cyanide. He actually gets away with it, I think. Bullet time catches him there. Another
Mef ultimate.
Meanwhile, Soath actually goes, he gets the kill, but it's like, really, is it worth it? I mean,
he was trying to do a tricky move here with the ward and the flash, but
Wasn't enough.
see, the
Completely.
damage was already down, yeah, and the shot was already going off. So again, it's another kill for
and now
them.
now is when it comes the points of this SKT combo.
21-30.
We have the Amumu ultimate, we have the Syro ultimate, we have the MF ultimate, and I think it was TSM Reynal who called something like the Wombo combo, right?
Wombo combo.
It wasn't Reginald. It was, of course, Elements. Elements
It
of
was
Pluto.
Elements.
Right.
This is
21-30?
21-30, yeah.
21-30. This is
And it
something
was
I
just
really
an
call-
amazing combination.
Yes.
So it's going to be a Mumu that starts things off, and Misfortune just, bullet time once again.
It has to be now, I guess.
21-30.
That's where we are. We are 21-38 now.
Oh, you see, this is
This is what happens when you let the Spanish guy do the times.
This is what happens when you let junglers
It will
do your
come.
timings.
It will come.
It will come. It will come.
It will come. Sometimes.
There we go.
And now when Amumu ultimates and MF ultimates, 3 of them, killing one instantly and another one. And Soat gets a teleport, but he get instant deleted. And Edriel has to flash to kill MF, but still was really fine for SK Telecom, who get, I think it was 3 for 2?
No,
Right.
it's going to be more. It's going to be 4 for 2.
4 for 2.
There's the kill.
Now it's Reaper killing and Blitzkandina well, 4 for 2. And just an impressive
Painful.
combo of
I wouldn't want to do
Amumu,
your Dragon
man.
timers, man. That was a good 20 seconds different. That could have been all over. 23-15 was the next one. It's actually fnatic making the comeback as well. We thought this could be it. They're back in it.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
sadly,
It
no.
looked
good.
We
Sadly,
wrote
no.
it. It was the comeback, but still was a really amazing team fight. They get Drake right now, and now it's. I think it's the grab party again. The grab party or not?
I don't know if there's going to be a grab quite now. No, first of all, it's going to be Misfortune. Out of
They
position.
killed
down here.
Misfortune, and even Sinsao saved from that. It was really nice.
And then they go back in.
And
Yeah,
it's
at
the right
this
call.
point,
And it works well for them. It works well for them here.
There's the grab.
There's the
there's
grab.
a grab
There's
for
the-
Rice, and he has to flash away and get no damage. Rice did no damage.
And there's also, he managed to land the silence on him, N-Rate. He got his ultimate across the entire team. There's going to be mightily going down. Of course, Peke
And
picks up the kill.
Reaper goes down
and
as well.
and at that point, Soaz had got himself back into it. He was 5-5-2 off the back of that one. But then it happened. The
4 kills.
The Wombo combo, the ultimate Wombo combo
That
came
was-
in 29-15. And this was just SK Telecom. Perfect teamwork.
Yes.
And let's just stay with Horo here for this replay, because it's just beautiful. Please, take it away, Ara.
Well, it's just again, as Demon said, the Wombo combo is Horo. I think he flashed an ultimate,
flashes,
right?
yep.
It was completely flash ultimate, and he get 3 of them at the corner of the ultimate, but still, it was amazing how Syra and MF ultimate together, and they get all of them. And they use skin that destroy them. I think only Soa survived here, because Peke tried to come back and died from that. We'll see. He was trying to kill Rice, but now he's going to go back to defend the tower. We don't know exactly why.
Yeah,
He's coming back to defend a lost tower, and they use.
And yet they're all passing a ward here. He knows that they've not all gone past. I don't understand why he came back this way. I'm at a loss.
And yeah, it was 4 for 0 again. The Wombo combo again. No much we can talk. It was perfectly played by Amumu, by Syra, by MF, and of course by Olaf.
And it's
By the famous Reaper.
It's these kinds of setups where you have these 3 ultimates that are supposed to combo together. That people like you and me, we go to solo game, we're like, oh, let's just do this. But it's so hard to actually pull it off, to have everyone with the ultimate ready and in the right position at the right time. It's so hard to do.
You-
There are
get it,
some ways to counter these kind of setups. One is having something like Janna,
Who can push the back.
something that can exactly. Or the other way is to pick a setup of a split push. To never team fight. Use a split push. And if they want to team fight, let them.
Yeah.
Just
Let them
disengage
grab
every time.
only one, disengage, and try to keep pushing the other lanes. Is the best way to go. But against this setup, they had also a team fight setup with like Blitzcrank, with Ari, with Ezreal, with Lee. So it was like they get in the screw.
Do we have another replay?
We don't, that's it. That's
That's
all
it?
the replays.
That
And
was the
honestly,
Wombo combo.
it was SK Telecom just really performing brilliantly against fnatic. So, fnatic find themselves in the exact same position again, ladies and gentlemen. They are 1-0 down, just like they were in the semi-finals against CJ Enters, the other Korean counterparts at this tournament. SK Telecom doing a fantastic job. They now have the lead, despite the fact all the smack talk that came out from Reaper, he actually put on his Twitter, don't think we're going to win this final.
Yes, he did say that.
That's what he
That was
said.
amazing. Like the top lane, who seems to be cocky, saying that Soul wasn't that good. Then he went to Twitter and said, we don't think we're going to win.
Yeah, he's got to big up himself. And then sort of secretly go to his fans. It's like, yeah, okay, maybe not.
But the EMF Ultimate came to the game.
Yeah, so the question is, will it be banned next time? We're going to go over to Zoe. She's over with the community talk.